Hello again, everybody. Here we are again, back out in the tiny house. And we are working today on the faucet. You can see here, I've got my windowsill taken off, and we'll be doing some sanding on it. And also, we have a faucet. This is not the ideal type of faucet that I like. I usually don't like the single knob faucets. I like the one with a knob on both sides. But this is what we've got. This is going to go, of course, right here. You can see if it's bolted onto the windowsill, I could set it out a little or back in here. That gives me clearance to get pots and pans in here, and also it can go out of the way. It can kind of swing over, go out of the way, or even go outside as far as that goes and fill up a bucket. So anyway, that is probably crazy, but the thing that I like about it is I can build a small race or pipe or something like that to conceal these two hoses, which I really wish these were longer, because if they were longer it would make it much easier, and it would have to be a much smaller hole to run pipes through. But I don't think I can extend these the way they're made. I kind of wish I could, but I don't think I can extend them any, because as you can see here, that just barely sits down into the sink. So the actual parts that's going to screw onto there are going to actually be in this area. For one thing, I am going to take this backsplash off, and I'm going to make a little race back there for the pipes to go down. I think it will work just fine. It's a little different than what I had intended before, but I think it will work perfectly, actually, because once I get that all mounted on there, then the sink will be mounted, but it will be out of the way enough that I can use my cover and completely use this entire countertop space, besides where the other little faucet sticks out, but that's fine. Let's see if we can figure anything out on this. Okay, so the best thing I can think is if I can make a race down through here for the pipes to run through, it'll also allow me to set the faucet back a little farther and run the pipes down through here. Now if I can do that, I can hide these pipes and still use the backsplash as cover to cover it all up. Now, one thing, I do have that kind of insulation that supposed to blow in. That is the kind that's behind here. So we may have a little bit of a mess here, and I may have to put like some foam insulation or some fiberglass insulation or something back here just as a placeholder in this area. But let's see what we've got. Smashing this stuff down. It's packing down pretty good. Okay, yeah, with that stuff, this type of insulation that I used in the walls, I don't think I will do that again. I think from now on, when I do insulation, I'm just going to use the old standby, because this does work, and that's what I'm going to use from now on, because that stuff is just too messy, and it would probably be okay for like an attic or something, but for this kind of stuff, no. We're not going to do that anymore. Alright, so what we're going to do, we're going to try to pop us 2 holes right about in here somewhere. That should lead right out in there where I'm at. And this bit should be big enough for these pipes to fit through. Okay, so here's my water valve, and I've got a 90 on it. Crimp this. Except for, I really do like these. These are very handy. Now we'll stick that up through the hole. Okay, so on top we need the little crimp ring. We need the connector. And we need to crimp it. And I know that's more than what I need up here, but that way I can move it up and down and put it where I want. Okay, so instead of finding the different nuts to go on there, or different bolts that wouldn't have took up any room hardly, I just went ahead, notched this out. Now if I ever do have to change this out, it'll be really easy. And I can just use whatever hardware comes with it if this hardware is messed up, because it's going to be pretty much the same thing. So when you go to put this up here, it just slides right in, just like that. You can see everything kind of lines up there. Try and see if we can't get this to go in here. Well, that was pretty hard to show without getting in the way, but they're both hooked up and they're back in there. Now I guess I'll try putting the backsplash on, and let's see how that looks. I may end up having to put something across, some kind of trim or something across there. But let's see how the backsplash looks on it. I was going to cut this. Well, there it is. We now have a faucet. Unfortunately, what we don't have is water. But that will come once we get the rest of the plumbing done. There's a lot of open pipes, like in the bathroom and stuff, so can't really have any water pressure yet. But the faucet is installed, hooked up, and ready to go whenever we can actually get some water coming to it. Now, one thing I kind of wish that I would have centered the sink on the window, because now the faucet is kind of sitting off center of the window. But if you keep something sitting up there on that side, then maybe it won't be as noticeable. But anyway, I think it turned out okay. It's different. The faucet being in the windowsill, I bet there's not more than 37 of them in the world. So it's like that. So, you know, it's different. I guess that's probably going to about do it for this video. I appreciate everybody watching, and I'll see y'all on the next one.